Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I'm currently debt-free myself, and I'm working on paying off about $41,000 of my wife's debt.
Okay.
Now, we split everything down the middle, making minimum payments, but I am a disabled veteran, and I work part-time, so I have a little extra money in my pocket, about $1,200 a month, which I spread load between my son's college fund, a down payment on a house, and building my emergency fund.
Okay.
So my question is whether you think it's smarter to spread loan my extra unspoken for income across different savings accounts, or if you think I should attack each thing individually.
Well, first off, it's Veterans Day, so thank you for your service every day of the year. We're appreciative of that. What you said, I know you have another question there, but what you said about you and your wife kind of threw me off from the very beginning, to be quite honest. When you said that you're debt-free, but your wife isn't, that was kind of like my signals went off, because here we really, really believe in combining money and doing that if you're a married couple. So my question is, how long have you and your wife been married?
So me and my wife have been married about 4 years.
Okay.
And that problem kind of became twofold. One of which is she wasn't really handling her finances very well, and she hid debt from me until very recently.
Okay.
And we don't share one bank account. We just combine it for all the household bills.
So you pay half of her minimum payments?
Yes.
And then she pays half of all household bills, you pay half?
Yes.
Do you guys make the exact same amount of money?
So I make more with my benefits.
Okay.
So I try to help out with a majority of it. But
doesn't that feel unfair, though? If she doesn't make the same exact amount, but you're splitting things equally, I feel like if I'm her, I'm going, hey, this isn't fair. I'm paying $2,000 out of my 3. You're paying $2,000 out of your 4. You know? Do you see how like there could be some relational problems with that? Some resentment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But so we have the household bills. She has her personal car. That's $16,000. Then she had to get a consolidation loan to cover $25,000. So she's paying for her car, and I'm paying the insurance, and I'm paying half of her debt.
What when you told me earlier that she was hiding, I actually have 2 questions for you. When you told me earlier that she was hiding debt from you, I want to know how much she hid and how long that went on. Then I want to know what you guys have done to rebuild trust, because what I don't want is, depending on what you tell me, there could be a situation where I understand that you guys have, if you've been working with a counselor, maybe there's a separation going on, but I also want to know what you guys are doing to rebuild that trust.
So she had, various credit cards for buying product, as well as lifestyle payments, like just regular payments that she was putting all on a credit card and then just paying the minimum payment.
And how much was that to the tune of? Like, what type of debt did that rack up?
So that ended up racking up about $25,000.
Okay, and that's the consolidation?
To get all that consolidated and pay off all her cards.
How did you find out about it? Did she tell you, or you discovered it?
So a little bit of both. Basically what had happened was, the rent goes up, the daycare goes up, things like that. And she came to me saying she couldn't pay her half anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over her finances to see where the trouble was or what we could cut out.
Uh-huh.
And I realized she had about, $300 a month payment spread across like 4 different cards.
Got you. And so what'd you guys do? You went to counseling?
No. I took the consolidation loan out to pay everything off to make her solvent.
Mm-hmm.
And then splitting that, it's about $400 and change a month, cuts her half down to about $200 a month.
Okay.
So she's paying that off about $200 a month.
So she's putting extra, but you're not?
Listen, that's great. If you notice, I have veered completely away from your monetary questions because I care mostly about your marriage. And it bothers me that what this is telling me is you still don't trust her because this thing happened, which is a big deal, by the way. I'm not minimizing that at all. But it's caused you to say, oh my gosh, you did this without me knowing. You're not good with your finances. I don't really trust you. So we're going to keep it separate. I'm going to control my half. You control your half, and I'll also chip in, right? So there's this this is not a good way going forward. And my encouragement to you is don't let it go on like this. You guys need to get with a counselor and figure out how to mend this so that you can be back on the same page again, because it's very hard to accomplish a singular goal when you're on two different paths. And I want you guys on the same path so that you can combine, you can support each other. There's no kind of like animosity. There's no resentment. On her end, there's no guilt. Because once she said, hey, I did this, I'm sorry, please forgive me, you guys aren't going to be able to move forward until she knows, okay, this guy, we're back on the same page. There's trust there again. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen overnight, but I want you to work towards that.
Marriages are either growing together or they're growing apart. And I want to see more unity. I want to see you make progress with your marriage and your money. And that's going to take unity. That's going to take one bank account, one budget. We're getting out of our debt. This is we, not us and you and me. That's how to do it right.
Sound.
Thanks for the call.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.